Hey, answer this question: why and how we will survive this crisis. 5 methods to pass this crisis. The beginning, after the famine, meaning extreme scarcity of food. The second type of poverty is when you are smart and educated, informed and healthy, you work hard, you own a car, maybe a house, and still you cannot make enough money to cover the cost of living in the place you live, to keep up with the bills, taxes and debts, food and other basic needs of your family. Or the exceptions: being rich and stupid will make you poor. Ask those who spend all their money on expensive objects and experiences and one day their money ended. Welcome to Enrich Talks, a channel built to be original, useful and future visionary. When you have 20 or 40 years of working, and still feeling poor, being poor and having less options to escape this rat race of poverty. This is ugly. Maybe you think more than you do, or you work too much, instead of optimizing work. In this episode where I want to talk about 5 reasons why we will survive this big crisis of everything we have ahead. To be honest, other people's lifestyle examples doesn't motivate us enough to make our big decision of life. Only fear and hunger remain the great signs we feel in order to change our life, today. The stagflation is characterized by slow economic growth and relatively high unemployment or economic stagnation, which is at the same time accompanied by rising prices called inflation. The first motivation to survive these hard times is the spiritual vision of life. I am a Christian, maybe you have other religion. We all have the vision of life through our beliefs and spiritual teachings and experiences. We believe in God's will, and heaven is the city on our Google Maps or GPS, meaning global positioning system. Having a spiritual life helps us endure the tests of life. Each human being experiences different this crisis we are living, although the believers gather in a community, and this is the second reason to survive, and method. In the war in Ukraine, entire buildings of people are cooking together and share the meals so that everyone is eating something. The power of the family, or community. In times of war, higher prices, or hard winter or climate phenomenon, we move together with our grandparents, or other relatives, and we combine our income, we sleep in the same room, and reduce the cost of energy. We work as teams so all of us will survive and stay healthy, and mind healthy. The third method is the gene, the ancestry, the motivation. If you read this, it means that you exist. This means you grandparents survived past economic crises, wars, and high inflation times. For example, the only legacy we have and own through time is the house we live built almost 100 years ago, and some land bought 100 years ago. The third reason and method to survive is to prepare, to have some actions, to take today some decisions, to think and know about your needs, weaknesses, and understand what is happening around us, and to accept the facts, but prepare for the future. You are listening to this episode. This is the first step. In the description of this video you will find 4 episodes about preparing for future. I don't have enough money to buy food for the next years, to buy a bunker or saved money for next year. Remember, money have low value because of inflation. I invested in land, seeds to grow vegetables. I practice fasting, insulated my house to reduce cost of heating in winter. I try to reduce the cost of living minimalist, and to pay my debts, I depend on my working place, and I have other money problems. Life is not as we dream it, but with my low budget I prepare the best that I can. The fourth reason and method is the example from the past. People lived, survive, and adapt through crisis also in the past. They didn't had medicine, free money, free food in case of lockdown. They didn't had the knowledge and information, internet, and surveillance policy. I asked my grandmother how she and her family survived the Second World War, and those hard winter times. They had enough food and water, a small house and enough wood, and the practical experiences on how to survive. Some of us experienced communism, other countries have high inflation, Other people experienced poverty, famine, or health problems, or harsh times since they were in their childhood, some experiences you will never forget. The hope we have, the hope we know, and if we understand what wise means, having or showing experience, knowledge, and good judgment. We know that nobody can stop time, and one day in the future we will wake up in the new world. We will adapt to new economic conditions, rules, and laws, and we will change our way of living, importance of things, relations, and own life. The one thing that remain and will have a big price in the future, are the values and principles someone have, such as faith, trust, work ethic, altruism combined with greed, personal motivations, gratitude and discipline, punctuality and life interests. The power of saying no or yes, to know what is good and what is bad for you, the life, work, emotions balance, the skills and the time, you can own the time, and at last, the legacy you have, the good impression you leave after you talk with a stranger, your character and happiness, the smile or inspiration. The events that are happening, the power to adapt, even to move in other places, countries, communities. I changed my religions because I needed a community, the same faith I had now is growing, I replaced some friends with new ones, life is changing us. And everything we do, and what motivates us, a reason, a method, a dream or a goal that we have, a direction in life, and we move forward to that direction. See you at the finish line, stay safe and keep the candle burning and the spirit alive. Thank you for listening till the end. Listen to other episodes in the description, subscribe and even make a donation through PayPal. I will make a video for each donation, what I invested in. Think about these 5 methods, they can save your life. The spiritual view and purpose of life. Second method, the family, community, neighbors. Third method is to prepare for the future. The fourth is personal ancestry example. The fifth is the flowing of time. Crises will pass, you will survive. The children born in these times will live until year 2100, do the math yourself. You values and the above mentioned lists of skills. Enrich Talks by Emil Truthman salutes you.